So what's it like auditioning for a movie?
Like pulling teeth. It's as enjoyable as going to the dentist and having a wisdom tooth pulled. No, you go to an audition and you get called in because your agent sent a picture in or they saw the picture. Today it's all by computer anyway, but and they look at your credits and you've got enough credits, they believe, to handle the acting that the role requires. And so they call you in. Now, for each role, there could be 1,000 pictures sent in from agents all over LA. Now the casting people get hired and they got to break it down to a manageable amount, which could be 15 if they're going to see 20, maybe if they're really working hard. But let's say they call in 15 people. Out of that 15, I only see as a producer, and the director only see the last 5. We see the callbacks. We see the last 5. So out of the 1,000 headshots, 20 people called in to read for the first time to just meet with the casting directors, and we see the last 5. Now, to get from there, imagine the first thing is your headshot. So if you go cheap on your headshot, which is, quote, your calling card, and you have it's representing you. If it looks unprofessional, you are unprofessional in their eyes. So I would suggest, then they always used to say, get a professional photographer and you get the best headshot you can. And don't get a headshot that makes you look different than you are. Because if you get it and you retouch it, and everything, let's just say, nothing, you're just a little overweight. If somebody's overweight but he wants to be an action hero or something, so he has it like photoshopped down so he looks like he's 170 and he weighs 250, they're not going to be happy you came in. They're going to feel the negative aspect. I mean, it's not going to get you a job, so don't do that. Let the picture, you may yourself think some things are that needs to be retouched and fixed. Let the picture look as you are. Now, of course, the best that you are, you want it to be the best that you are, but it's got to look like you. And you today, not you 10 years ago, because, you didn't get the role 10, you're getting it right now today. So get a picture that looks like you, but as good as you can look. Now, one of the things that they call in is, if you've got a list of credit, the reason why work turns into work is, it looks like you've gone through the casting process many times, and you wouldn't have got to 6 credits, 7 credits, 8 credits, 10 credits, unless you had something that the other hundreds of people, at that point, if you get a list of 10, that you went up against, but you were the one got picked. So credits get you jobs, You still got to perform, though. You might have a list of credits, and you go up there and you blow the audition. It's not gonna help you, because they're gonna go by that. Now, I have a secret thing that I wish somebody would have told me when I was auditioning, because I didn't realize it. But you got to balance your humility and your humbleness with your confidence. You can't be cocky or whatever, or think you're better than the part. You got to, when you walk in there, for a fact you can do this role. If you didn't feel you can do this role, how are you going to convince them you should do this role? You know it inside and out. You know the character. You're going to be able to do it. And you've done your homework, and you're ready to play the Undertaker or the coroner or the preacher or whatever it is. You go in there feeling, and you've got your version of it, and you give them your version. Usually you don't ask questions before you perform. You do what you feel is right. It may be right on the money. As a matter of fact, they may have had one way of thinking of it, and they say, "Wow, I didn't think of it in that, but it's better the way he did it." So you just go ahead and do it. Now, at the end of it, after you've done it, you say, "Look, is there anything you want me to do?" Because they want actors that can be directed, that the performances can be brought up or brought down, and it's always better to be too big than too little. I don't really know why, because I think when somebody has to ask you to give me a little more, I don't feel like there was enough. They're much more comfortable, I believe, casting directors, because I myself would say, if you could bring this down a little bit, and then you got somewhere to go by the end of it. In other words, if you start something at a certain point, you don't want to be a one-trick pony or one note and play it all monotone through. You want to start at a level where you can either go up or go down with your character. You can be either more aggressive, less aggressive. So anyway, I hope I'm not confusing anybody. I just mean you want to be able to be directed, and that's important. Now, I was always very nervous in my auditions. I was nervous. I mean, it's normal. You're nervous about whether you're going to get it or not get it or whatever. But at a certain point, I lost that feeling because just like in my kickboxing, if I'm going to be knocked out, I'm going to be knocked out. And I started eliminating all the things in kickboxing that were not helpful, and nervousness was not helpful. And being able to be like in the Zen moment that I'll accept whatever happens. I might get knocked out, I might not, whatever happens. And as an actor, you got to be saying that either I'm going to be right for the role, and they're going to look at me and say my age is right, my height is right, my demeanor, I seem to be a nice a person to work with on a set. You're not a difficult person. And because there's the off-camera stuff you got to be able to do, and the on-camera. The off-camera is it's not kissing somebody's rear end. I know people think, oh well, I'm not going to be that way. I've got self-respect. No, just be a person that's easy to work with. A professional. You show up on time. You do your work. You cause no trouble on the set. That's all people want. They don't want you to cater to them or whatever. Just be a good worker and professional. That's what the term they use. Be professional. Be professional in your demeanor and your presentation and all, and then have no ego. Be egoless, and you're there to help the production. Whatever you need. If they need you there for an extra hour, fine. If they need me to, whatever they need you to do, you're there. I can't even think of all the different things that I've had to do at the last minute that I never complained. I always. It was my movie. My names were above the title, so they said, "Hey, Doc, could you stick it another hour?" I don't think we got the shot. I would stay. I could say this now because SAG is not going to go back and go. I'm not going to say the producer, but I worked a 23-hour day once on a set. 23 hours. Now, to get those 23 hours, there were 3 different directors, and it wasn't exactly like 8, but the last 10 hours was the fight scene. The sets were all being broke down. We had to use those sets. That was the last day because another movie was starting the next day, and all the shots had to be done. And they asked me to do it, and I said absolutely, because once I'm on a project, and everybody should feel the same way, then there's no negotiations. You're going to give them the best you can be as a professional. And it's not about money. Oh, I didn't get paid enough money to stay up an extra hour or whatever. It's not about money. It's about my own self-respect and desire about turning out the best product possible. And if you consider 30 years in the business success, I've been a success in Hollywood, and that was what my attitude was. So I advise that I'm giving you the advice that I myself live by. I do the best job I can once I'm on board. I'm professional. I actually may have an audition myself. I had mentioned a movie. I'm excited about it. I can't believe anybody's calling me into audition. Like I guess I want to see if I could, my take on the character, which is fine. I haven't even read the sides yet, but since I've been here, I got sent sides for an audition. So I'm pretty excited about it. I don't know if my agent told him I haven't auditioned in like 25 years because nobody asked me to audition. They asked me to do the movies, but there's nothing wrong with auditioning. I ask people to audition. I ask actors who can act rings around me. I'm not a better actor than them. I'm not auditioning because I just want to see their take on it, because there are other names that we're considering, and it's not his ability. They're not necessarily asking you to show, okay, are you an actor? No. They wouldn't even have called you in the door if they didn't think you were an actor. They just want to see your take on the character. And you know what? Sometimes your take is going to be better than what they thought.
Yeah.
So you got to be egoless and fearless, because when you're scared and they're in the audition, this may be the most important tip. Human beings are a group, community creatures. If you feel something, everybody in the room feels it. If you feel nervous, you make the casting director nervous. You make the director nervous. You make the producer nervous. You make the other actor you're working with nervous. And that's why they put soundtracks that are laugh tracks on sitcoms. Because when you hear laughing, you feel like it's funny. You feel like laughing. That's why we do it. And so think about it. You walk into a room and you're nervous. Now the casting director's nervous. Now we're all getting nervous. And then they think, if he's nervous here, what if he gets nervous in front of the camera? Well, then it's too late. You've already hired you. You're the guy. You're SAG. time is wasting. Every take we have to retake because there's nervousness. No, you've got to be confident. And I wish somebody would have told me that in the very beginning, because every audition I went through in the beginning, I was nervous. And I'm thinking back, I'm sure they were sensitive people too, because these are casting directors. They're sensitive. That's why they are. They can sense who's going to do a good job or not. So I made them all nervous when I came in nervous in my auditions. And I can say this, any actor that goes in, know your lines, be confident. First, get off the page. You're not even professional if you can't memorize. They got to be memorized, because they can't even talk to you about performance if you don't remember which line came before which. No. Do your work, stay up, work it, go it over and over. And don't act when you're doing the memorization. Don't even act. Don't even give a performance. Just make sure you go every word so that you're off the page. Then when you get there, take your time. Take your time. Slow down. Nervousness, adrenaline makes us want to rush our speech pattern and have no dramatic pauses. But say a line and look at the casting. Look at them, and then say the next. Bring it all down. Slow it down to your pace. You're in control of the audition, really, not them. They don't know what you're going to do. I know I'm not any thespian to be given acting advice, but I have studied it. I have worked on the other side. I work with casting directors with my movies, with the directors. I've edited 2 of my films, and that means I'm choosing the performance that's going to work right for the scene. So I've done, a lot of the creative aspects of filmmaking. Not just a, quote, B-movie actor giving advice. I am a producer. So, I wish everybody a lot of luck, because it's going to take luck. And the dragon had luck. I have luck, so I'm very happy about that. But you'll need luck, hard work, and talent to have a career in Hollywood.
Right. Okay, then. So we've got a barbecue to go to later.
Yeah. Okay.
So we've got a few minutes to chill out, and then off we go.